Shalom and welcome to Souls on Fire. This Shabbat, we begin to read the third book of Moses, called in Hebrew Vayikra, and he called, known in English as the book of Leviticus. It is a custom that after a boy has his Upsherenish, his traditional first haircut at the age of 3, where he is left with his sidelock payas, wears a kippah and tzitzit, that after that haircut, we take him into Cheder for his first experience of learning Torah in a school environment. There, the 3-year-old will learn as his very first verse in the Torah, the first verse of the book of Leviticus, book number 3 of the 5 books of Moses. Why? Why don't we begin with the magnificent, fascinating stories of Genesis? Why start with the complicated laws of the book of Leviticus? Stay tuned for Seeds of Beginnings. Berg, from the New Dimension Seeds, describes the delicate details of the environment, soil, and care which it takes to nourish the young tender seed into a healthy, functional tree. As I was watching this clip, I could hear Moses whisper into my ear the verse, "For man is likened to the tree of the field." Sit back, watch, and enjoy.
It's seed starting time, and I'm with Sue Berg from New Dimension Seeds, and you're going to teach us some really good ways to start seeds this year.
Hi, Judy.
How you
Nice
doing?
to see you
Nice
again.
to see you again.
Yes, we have different kinds of containers here for starting different types of seeds.
I never would have thought about that. You know, it seems like you should pay attention to that because the root systems are different.
Right, exactly. And these skinny slotted ones are good for lettuce because the lettuce seeds are so small, and when you seed them in the row, you can start a lot of them.
Oh, okay.
And these 2-inch pots are good for tomatoes, peppers, eggplants, and baby bok choys. What you want to do is you want to put 2 or 3, 3 or 4 different seeds in each of this little pots, and then when they come up, you thin them out. And
but now, see, I never want to thin them out, but it's really important.
yeah, it is really important to thin them out because if you have everything grow together, they fight with each other, and none of them will do well. So you want to really just thin them out.
Right, you want good production later in the garden.
Right, think less is more.
Okay.
So, and also for the bigger ones, yeah, you want to use these for cucumbers, watermelons, and some of these bigger root system seeds. You want to use the bigger ones so they can stay there and develop into a certain size before you transplant them.
And you don't even really need these kind of store-bought ones. You could even use like a strawberry container.
These are especially good for peas and beans and the ones that with the larger root system because the strawberry carton is so deep, and when you seed your peas in there, they just do really, really well.
Okay, and what kind of soil are we using?
I like to you go to the store and buy the premix seed starting soil, and those are the best kind because they're sterile and you don't have to worry about damping off.
Which is a bad disease.
Right, right, and it could cause by all kinds of things when your soil is not clean, and there's different bugs that can go in there and kill your seedlings. And after your seedlings grow to a certain size, you can transplant them into bigger pots. Like, these are the lettuce that started about a couple weeks ago, and I put them in the bigger pots.
Just beautiful.
The reason for the custom with this 3-year-old boy is, and I quote, "Let the holy come and study from the laws of holiness." The book of Leviticus discusses all the laws of the holy temple, the holy sacrifices, and the holiness that must be maintained by the priestly Kohanim and the Leviim that served in the holy temple. The holy child, clean of sin and impurity, must first nourish his holiness before he studies of creation or any of the other Jewish laws. In the teachings of Kabbalah and Hasidus, time does not process like a line, leaving here, going to there. Rather, it progresses as the layers of an onion. We never walk away from being that 3-year-old, pure and holy. Rather, upon our 3-year-old grows a new outer layer, that of a 4-year-old, and then another layer, that of a 5-year-old, and so on. Yes, within us all remains, well and alive, our holy and pure 3-year-old, who wants but to have his holiness and purity nourished. So, this Shabbos, communicate with the holy and pure 3-year-old within you. Tell him or her that you may have gotten caught up with your more outer layers and may have neglected nourishing his or her holiness and purity. Then, make an absolute detailed commitment to return to your inner 3-year-old child and to nourish him or her. A detailed commitment goes like this. Dear inner 3-year-old child, I will, for the sake of your holy nourishment, begin every day of the rest of my life with reciting the Modeh Ani prayer. That simple, but that detailed. And please, right now, to make this resolution a reality, go to Chabad.org, Chabad.org, and do a search for the Modeh Ani prayer, which is spelled M-O-D-E-H space A-N-I. Print up the transliteration and the translation and place it on your night table next to your bed until you eventually will be able to recite it from memory. That's simple, my friends. This Shabbat, have your own Leviticus experience. My friends, dare to be a soul on fire, connecting to your higher self.